As students are adjusting to going back to school in person, it is important to know how they manage all this time with distance learning. Air Tutors is a program that helps keep students engaged and thriving, especially amidst the pandemic. Here's Cedric Walton with more.
Thank you, Jennifer. I have something special here for you today. I'm here with everybody helping promote distance learning amidst COVID with a group called Air Tutors. I have Kelly Santos, who is the superintendent of Cincinnati Union Valley School District, Hassan Ali, the founder of Air Tutors, and Ashley Hernandez, who is a freshman at Lusinger High School. I want to start with Hassan, who is actually the founder of Air Tutors, and just talk about the genesis of the program and how it's helping so many students here today, especially amidst COVID.
Yeah, for sure. I was tutoring in person, but I lived from one family. I lived about 10 miles away, and good old LA traffic. It took about 2 hours to go that 10 miles away, and then right when that parent found out it was taking me 2 hours to get there, she was like, Hassan, we can't do this. We have to transition to the online format. Let's just give it a shot. I'm not going to make you drive this long. So right when we switched to online format, her level of engagement, her daughter's level of engagement just skyrocketed. And me and the mom were like, what the heck just happened? Why is this working so well for you? So we sat her down and she said it felt like a strange video game. And right when she said that, it just made so much more sense to me because I was making live animations, I was using vivid colors. So as a chemistry instructor, I no longer had to say imagine the electrons orbiting the nucleus. I could actually drag and drop and make it animate it around the nucleus. So it was just all that level of creativity. And then the mission of Air Tutors is to advance global learning so that all students have an amazing educational experience. And from there I ended up dropping out of medical school, giving my mom a heart attack, and here we are 5 years later with this awesome group. So thank you, Cedric, for having me.
What's the end goal? Do you want to partner? How many schools are you partnered with now? Where do you want to see it grow in the future?
Yeah. So I mean, I think. The end goal is really to ensure that all students have an amazing educational experience, regardless of where they live. If they live in highly urban areas, if they live in very rurally located areas, no student should be able to say that I did not have access to AP chemistry. I did not have an amazing educational experience.
And Kelly, you being the superintendent, I know you created the partnership, the bridge here for some of your students in your school district, and you actually partnered with Air Tutors just last year. I want to know what went behind that idea. How do you think to bring this technology and this type of tutoring system to your students with virtual learning?
Definitely. Thank you. So we had heard about Air Tutors' partnership with a couple other local school districts, and the feedback was really phenomenal. So we knew that we already had a really strong transition to distance learning because as a high school district, we had already invested for years in one-to-one technology for our students. So when we had to pivot last spring, we were able to do so, can definitely not say painlessly, but much more easily than maybe some other districts that weren't as prepared on the technology side. However, as we saw our students continuing to struggle with all the other stressors involved in distance learning amidst the pandemic, we knew that we needed additional academic support for our students outside of our school day. And the only way to get that at this moment while we were in distance learning was something that was based in remote learning with a really robust technology platform. And so for us, that's when we decided that we wanted to partner with Air Tutors. And we did that in December, just before the end of our first semester. And they really jumped in and started helping our kids even over winter break, particularly those students who were in danger of failing courses. And so we were really able to work with a strategic plan to target those kids most at need with that additional support.
How have you seen it help some of your students? Or we have Ashley here who's going to tell us some of her success stories. How have you seen it being a benefit to some of your students, even now with school starting to reopen?
Definitely. So I think for us, one of the really powerful things about how Air Tutors operates is on their end, they're definitely it's a true partnership. So they're collecting input from students like Ashley and her parents as well about how the process is going, what's been successful, what hasn't. And so that has really helped us to gauge really the effectiveness of this partnership. And I think that overall, the feedback that we're getting from students is positive. And many times it's because it just provides them with that additional support or another voice.
And Ashley, I just want you to just briefly, can you talk about your experience at Air Tutors, what it has meant to you and how it has helped you grow as a student in your first year of high school?
Air Tutors is definitely amazing. It's definitely helped me during these past months. My grades have definitely increased thanks to Air Tutors, and it's very fun joining them, helping me, and really fun.
Any student that you can say that this has benefited you for, what would be your advice to them as far as taking this up for their classes?
For the students that need help, I highly suggest Air Tutors. Air Tutors is amazing. They will literally help you with anything.
I want to thank you guys for joining me today, and I appreciate the things you guys are doing for students and helping really transition the learning process for everyone in this COVID. Thank you for your time again, and back to you, Jennifer.
Air Tutors has bridged the gap for students and institutions in the virtual world and are available nationwide. For more information on their programs and services, check out airtutors.org.